Now we're going to look into more research as to market efficiency, interpreting anomalies, risk premiums or inefficiencies. The Fama French, as we mentioned before, Fama and French are two very successful, highly respected professors. They're I don't believe they're still terribly active, but they developed the Fama French model and they've done some fairly significant research in finance. But they found that market phenomena can be explained as manifestations of risk premiums. Uh, Lackenschach, um, Schleifer, and Vicini found the market phenomena are evidence of inefficient markets. Um, Non-anomalies or data mining. Some anomalies have not shown staying power after being reported. Small firm effect and book to market effect among them. This figure 8.6 shows both the high minus low, which is the book to market effect, and the small minus big, or the HML would be the gray. So we see in Australia, Canada, and Japan the high minus low anomaly doesn't work at all. However, seems to be very successful in France, Italy, Switzerland, the UK, and to a lesser extent in the US and the Netherlands. The small minus big, on the other hand, seems to be quite successful in many countries: Australia, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Switzerland, UK, and the US. Um, the So stock market analysis. Well, there is the thought that analysts are overly positive about firm prospects. The Womack found positive changes associated with a 5% increase, negative associated with 11% decrease. This is looking at how investors view the reports. So if their positive reports are taken, the idea of positive reports taken with caution, negative reports uh, are respected. The Jagadish, Kim, and Christie and Lee level of consistent is an inconsistent predictor of future performance. The idea, again, being that analysts are overly positive about the firm performance. Barber, LaHavie, McNichols, and Truman, firms with most favorable recommendations, outperforms firms with least favorable recommendations. Mutual fund managers. Today's conventional model is the Fama French factors. This would be the Fama French three-factor model plus a momentum factor. This is a widely used model, and it is somewhat successful. The Vermeers found that funds show positive gross alphas. However, they have negative net alphas after controlling for fees and risk. Carhart found minor persistence in relative performance across managers, largely due to expense and transaction costs. Burke and Green found that skilled managers with abnormal performance will attract new funds until additional cost complexity drives alphas to zero. So the success breeds too much popularity to maintain that abnormal performance. Chin, Ferson, and Peters found on average bond mutual funds outperform passive bond indexes, and gross returns underperform once fees are subtracted. This is the fee issue is a common thing. The fees associated with these types of the actively managed portfolios tend to be significantly greater, and they to eat away profits. More on mutual fund managers research. Kowski, Timmerman, Vermeers, and White found stock pricing ability of minority managers sufficient to cover costs. Performance persists over time. Samuelson, a highly respected economist, found records of most managers show no easy strategies for success. These are mutual fund manager alphas computed using four-factor models, 93 to 97. We see a slight positive skew to the alphas here, meaning that the majority being more positive than negative here. The Figure 8.8 is persistence of mutual fund performance. The average monthly excess return, and we see that we start out the formation year. What we see is performance tends to converge. The funds that start out poorly tend to do better. Funds that start out well tend to gravitate towards the mean over time, again showing that it's difficult to maintain performance over time. Figure 8.9 shows risk or adjusted performance, the blue line being in the first ranking quarter and the dashed line being the post-ranking quarter. We see that on the left-hand side, firms that do well tend to do not as well than the next quarter, and the opposite seems to be true for firms that do poorly. They tend to do better in the post-ranking quarter, indicating that persistence or continuing to perform well or perform poorly is not likely. So are markets efficient? Enough that only differentially superior information will earn money. Professional managers' margin of superiority is likely too slight for statistical significance. We can certainly see examples of superior information when we all can have seen examples of insider information where individuals that were played significant roles in firms were able to profit from the information that they have. However, it is unlikely that you can profit from information that is publicly available.